Hello, all. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Glenda Robichaux, and I love to talk about cleaning, and spring cleaning is one of my favorites, and especially with essential oils. And I would just like to give a very special thank you to Teresa um, for getting the word out. I live in Minnesota, but my husband and I absolutely love Flagstaff and hope to live there someday because it's just a fabulous place. So I will get started here. I'll just give you a little bit more background on myself. I'm a wellness advocate for doTERRA. I've been with doTERRA for 13 years. Sounds crazy. It's been a long time. I have background in energy healing, both Reiki and healing touch. And I'm also Aroma Touch Technique certified. And I'm doing something called emotion coaching. I'm in training for that, but I really have a passion for helping people find wellness and balance in their lives. When I started with doTERRA, I was kind of on my own health journey at that time, trying to figure out some things for my own health. And after I started with doTERRA, that also brought me back to school, and I got my master's in holistic health studies. So that's just a little background about me. And I live in Bloomington, Minnesota with my husband and our little dog, Roxy. So what I'm going to cover tonight is why it's important to use natural cleaners, how to reduce the toxins in your home, and then I've got some great DIY recipes. And if making your own cleaners really isn't your jam, doTERRA's got you covered. We have some amazing cleaning products. And then if this is all new to you, I'm just going to touch briefly on how to get started with your own membership to doTERRA. So let's dive right in. So why is it important? Why is it so important for, what we clean our homes with? And just to give you a little background, anything that we get on our skin goes into our bloodstream. When I used to teach this class back before the pandemic and it was in person, one time I taught it and I came into the room and I had on cleaning gloves, a mask, and like uh, goggles. Because if you're going to use some of those cleaners you buy at the store, you really don't want to be breathing them in. You don't want to get them on your skin because they have a lot of really toxic chemicals in them. And on average, women are exposed to 515 chemicals a day without knowing it. And that's a pretty frightening number, I think. So some things that you want to avoid are things such as phthalates. Those are found in a lot of air fresheners, dish soap. They can cause endocrine disruption, so hormone disruption. Ammonia, uh, quaternary ammonium compounds. Those are found in fabric softeners, the liquids and the sheets. Chlorine, parabens, formaldehydes, sodium hydroxide, fragrance, which fragrance, I mean, they can put anything in there. Definitely is probably more than likely synthetic fragrance. Triclosan, which I believe has finally been banned in the US. I don't even know how to say the next one, the PERC, and there's more. And what happens is a lot of these cause a lot of problems. So they can cause skin irritation, they can cause difficulty breathing, headaches, dizziness, hormone disruption, antibiotic resistance, liver and kidney damage, and more. And so that's why it's really important to know what you're bringing into your home. When I was preparing for this class, I was reading this magazine and I came across this article that was rather timely, and it talked about poison prevention. It says use caution with household products, and it says the home is the site of more than 90% of all poison exposures. 90%. And that was according to some research done by Johns Hopkins Medicine. And also preschoolers are the most common age group affected. So it's just really important to know what you're bringing into your house. If you have pets too, you know, what you're putting on your floor, if you have kids crawling around on the floor, because they're getting all that into their little bodies. So we won't spend a lot of time on the not so fun part. We'll move to the fun part with the oils. But I think it's just important to kind of know that there's a lot of things on the market today that are very harmful. And it's so easy to make your own. And then you get to control whatever fragrance you want and all that good stuff. And just one last blurb about toxins and why do they matter? A toxin is really any substance that places undue stress on your body. And there's something called your toxic load. So in the world that we live in today, unfortunately, there's toxins in the air, there's toxins in the water. Those are toxins that we can't necessarily control. So what I think it's really important to do is change the products that you have control over. So again, control what you're bringing into your home, because then you can lighten your toxic load by getting rid of some of those harmful things. And I did this month kind of a whole spring cleaning series. So if you are interested more about learning about how to remove toxins from, products that you might be putting on your body, I did a class on that, and it's on my YouTube channel. And I did one also about cleansing your mind, the things that we think about. So just a little something there to think about. So we have essential oils. We have plant power to clean our homes with. And one thing I want to mention too is spring is just a really great time to cleanse the home. And I'm sure that Teresa could do a whole class on why cleansing the body is really great in the springtime. It's our liver chi energy time, I believe. Yep. So spring is just a really great time to, go into those corners of the house that maybe have stagnant energy of their own piles. I know in our house in the winter, that's when all the piles kind of start to creep up. And it feels so good to me when I clean the house. And part of that is you're just really breaking up the energy in the house and inviting in, the freshness of spring. So with that, I also wanted to mention that lemongrass is a really great oil to diffuse while you're cleaning, because essential oils can work on our emotions as well as our physical body. But lemongrass emotionally helps us to get rid of what no longer serves us. So especially if you're trying to get rid of the clutter, lemongrass is a really great oil to diffuse. But back to our plant power. So think of your home as an ecosystem, and you want to keep it non-toxic. And so for that reason, it's really important to use certified pure tested grade essential oils, which is what doTERRA's are. And essential oils are natural, they're safe, they have cleansing, antibacterial properties, antiviral properties, and more. And they're really affordable. Most of the time when we're using essential oils, because they're so pure and they're so potent, we only need a couple of drops. So a little goes a long way. And before we dive into some of my fabulous cleaning recipes, I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about doTERRA in case this is new to you. doTERRA is Latin for the gift of the earth. And when I think of these essential oils, that's what they are. They're really just gifts from the earth. And the essential oil industry is not regulated. So doTERRA wanted to make sure that, when you use a bottle of lavender, that it's going to be calming and soothing, that you get the same benefit every time. So our oils are certified pure, tested grade. They go through extensive testing. We work directly with our growers and farmers. So when we get the oils from them, they're tested. After they're bottled, they're tested again, just to make sure that there's absolutely nothing, no pesticides, no filler, nothing that shouldn't be in there. And doTERRA is the largest essential oil distributor in the world. We have been around for 15, will actually be 16 years next month. And we do something called co-impact sourcing that no other company can really match what we're doing. Like I mentioned, we work directly with our farmers and growers, so there's no middlemen. And we work with a lot of communities that are underdeveloped countries. So when we go to their community, we make sure that, they've got what they need for their community. So if they need fresh water, we'll find a way to provide that. If they need schools for their children, if they need clinics, we really try to help lift up their community. And then they grow these beautiful plants that helps us with our health and wellness. So I just absolutely love that, we call it both sides of the bottle are being benefited. We're benefiting the community that's growing the plants, and then we get to use these beautiful plants. And I love that. And then something else that we do with the co-impact sourcing is there's social impact, but then there's also the environmental impact. We want to make sure that we're taking care of the earth. And one of my favorite stories is our black spruce oil. We get it from the boreal forest, and the logging industry leaves behind. So they take down the tree, they shear off all the branches and needles, and they leave this giant heaping pile behind that the earth can't break down on its own. And we take that pile and we distill the black spruce essential oil from it. And then the plant matter that's left over, in turn, creates energy to power the distillation process. So it's actually a closed loop. So we're leaving something behind from the logging industry. We're not using any energy to distill the oil, and we get the beautiful oil. So that's just one of many stories. If you're interested in learning more about um, our sourcing stories and different oils, you can go to sourcetoyou.com. That website also has, if you're interested in seeing some of the testing on the essential oils, there is a lot number on the bottom of the bottles that you can type in on that website and then see the testing. So if the science part is your jam, that's a really cool thing to check out. And our mission with Co-Impact Sourcing is to source the best and help the most. And that really, I love sharing something with people that's lifting people up all over the world. It makes my heart happy. And then something else that doTERRA has is the Healing Hands Foundation. And there's more information at doTERRAhealinghands.org. But we do a lot of humanitarian efforts all around the world. Wellness advocates can do their own humanitarian projects. And we really want to empower people worldwide to be healthy, safe, and self-reliant. And some of the projects that we work on are anti-human trafficking, lots of disaster relief programs, global health, and empowering women. So all just really awesome, awesome things. So that's just a little bit about doTERRA. And then just to give you, again, if you're new to essential oils, there's 3 ways to use essential oils, and this is specific to doTERRA. I would not recommend using oils that you're buying at the dollar store or anywhere else. These 3 ways, it's specific to doTERRA because of the way that they're harvested and tested and taken care of. And the first way to use essential oils is aromatically, and that's what we'll be talking a little bit about tonight with some cleaning. So the best way to do that is to have like a diffuser. I've got a little diffuser on my desk. Or you can just place a drop of oil on your palm, rub your palms together, and breathe in the essential oil. It's a great way to freshen the air and the environment. Also, if you have kind of a crabby household, I always tell people to diffuse some citrus oils. Just kind of watch the mood of everyone lift. Citrus oils are very uplifting. The second way to use essential oils is topical. And that is really just putting the essential oil on your skin. There's a few things to keep in mind. Some oils can be kind of hot, like oregano, thyme, clove. Those are also going to be really great ones for cleaning because of their antiviral and antibacterial properties. So those you would want to dilute with a fractionated coconut oil, or you could even use jojoba oil, olive oil, almond oil, something that's a little heavier, that's going to help dilute the sensation of that oil. And then also, whenever I use the oils topically, generally dilute them because when you use a carrier oil, it actually helps the oil penetrate into your skin. Essential oils are aromatic compounds, so when you put them on your skin, they just kind of flash off into the air because they're aromatic and that's what they want to do. So using a carrier oil helps to drive it into your skin a little bit better. But it's great to use for aches and pains in the body or to soothe the skin. One other tip with using oils topically is you want to be careful of using citrus oils before you go out into the sun. Citrus oils are photosensitive, can make your skin photosensitive, which you'll burn faster. So just a few notes with that. And then the third way to use essential oils is internally. And not every oil is used internally, but again, doTERRA has made it super easy for us. On the essential oil bottle itself, if you can take it internally, it'll say essential oil supplement, and then it'll have a supplement facts box, kind of giving you that thumbs up that, hey, you can take this one internally. Some oils don't serve their purpose that way, so they will not have that box. It'll just say essential oil on it, and there won't be a box. but some are great to help boost our immune system. So they're great to, take in a veggie capsule or under your tongue. Um, if you're cooking and perhaps you wanted to add, some herbs like oregano or basil, you can do that. They're very, very potent though. A little goes a long way. So I usually tell people to just dip a toothpick in the food or in the bottle and then drag it through the food. You can always add more. And then citrus oils, I love to drink in my water. Citrus oils are very cleansing by nature. We'll be learning that tonight. And they also do that in our body too. So they're really good at helping pull the toxins out of our system. So that's just a little bit about how to use essential oils. But back to our topic tonight of spring cleaning, citrus oils are actually some of the best because they have those great cleansing properties. They're especially well at removing gum or stickers or oil, grease spots, wood stains. If you buy something and it's got like a picture frame, for example, and it's got like, the price tag on it, putting a drop of lemon oil on there and just kind of wiping it off with a paper towel, it will just come right off. Um, and citrus oils, they smell fabulous too. So you get uplifted while you're cleaning as well. So we've got wild orange, lemon, tangerine, lime, bergamot, and grapefruit. We also have green mandarin. I forgot to list that one on here. So lots of good citrus oils to choose from. Some other essential oils that make really great oils for cleaning are for antibacterial oils. We've got tea tree, thyme, lemongrass, rosemary, geranium, clove, oregano, basil, marjoram, black spruce, and the list goes on. So what's really cool is you can kind of make your own scent if you wanted like a um, tea tree and lemongrass would be really fun together for like a cleaner. Then for some oils with antiviral properties, and you'll see that some of them are in both categories. We've got tea tree, clove, cinnamon, oregano, peppermint, eucalyptus, thyme, lavender, rosemary, cypress, and more. So just a few ideas to get you rolling. Lavender and thyme would also make a really nice combo for cleaning. You could really, the sky's the limit. Whatever's your favorite, you could mix together. And then doTERRA also has some amazing blends for cleaning. So the first one I have on here is Abode, and it's our refreshing blend. And I have a slide that'll go in further detail of what oils are in that blend. But this one is just really refreshing. It's just got a really clean, fresh scent to it. And then we also have our On Guard, which is our protection blend. So On Guard is really the blend that I reach for when I want to support my immune system. And so for that reason, it's got great properties for cleaning. And I've got a slide with more information on that one as well. And then the third blend we have for cleaning here is Purify. Purify, excuse me, I love to add to my laundry. It's also a really great one to diffuse if you've been cooking. So I love bacon, but I don't want to smell it all day long after I cook it. So I'll diffuse some Purify, or if I make like fish or something that's just, it tastes delicious, but that smell just kind of lingers. Purify is a really great one to diffuse to really knock out the odors. And the oils in Purify are lemon, Siberian fir, citronella, lime, tea tree, and cilantro. So it also just has a nice, bright, clean scent to it. So the Abode oil, we actually have a whole line of cleaning products that go along with this. So we have the oil itself, and the oil is lime. In the oil is lime, Litsea, which is another citrus, cassia, which is a type of cinnamon, lemon eucalyptus, tea tree, arborvitae, kochi eucalyptus, cilantro, lavandin, and lemon myrtle. So all those oils together just really make a powerhouse for knocking out germs and whatever's lingering, just gets rid of it. And with this product line, we have laundry pods, we have dishwasher pods, dish soap, a cleaner concentrate, hand soap, and hand lotion. And I will give a shout out to the dishwasher pods because they kind of have more than one purpose. The dishwasher pods, you can actually drop one in the toilet and give it a minute to kind of disintegrate, and then use the toilet bowl cleaner to scrub the toilet. The laundry pods are fabulous too. I use those. I really, I really like them. And it's just a really nice, clean, just clean aroma. Then to give a little shout out to our On Guard Protecting Blend. So our On Guard has wild orange, cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And this product, the On Guard oil itself, has its own, all kinds of products. So you'll see that some of these are more geared towards cleaning and some are for our immune system and, supporting our body. We've got laundry detergent, and this laundry detergent is a liquid. And what I love to do with this laundry detergent is I have some really big roller balls. So they're bigger than like a normal little 10 mil roller ball. They hold about an ounce, and I'll fill it with that laundry detergent, and it works amazing as a stain stick. So like when I if I have any stains on my clothing, I'll rub that on the stain and it comes right out in the wash. We also have a cleaner concentrate with the On Guard, and that is one of my favorites. So like I mentioned, we have a dog, and we rescued her a couple of years ago, and we had lots of accidents in the house. And instead of buying that stuff at the pet store, to cover up the odor when your pet has an accident in the house, we use the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. So we dilute that in a spray bottle and then just spray the area, getting rid of the scent. And it also there's no stain left behind. So that is one of my favorites. You just need a couple of tablespoons, like in a 24-ounce bottle. So the cleaner concentrate itself is incredibly inexpensive because it lasts a long time. We also have On Guard sanitizing wipes that are great for traveling. I like to have them on the plane to use on, the little table that comes down in front of you. We also have hand sanitizer. We also have hand sanitizing gel. A couple of years ago, and there's still hand sanitizer absolutely everywhere. And I don't really know what's in all of them, but too much exposure to some of those really harsh hand sanitizers can actually strip your body of its natural protection. So I'm so grateful that I've got my On Guard hand sanitizer that boosts my immune system instead of stripping it of what it needs. Then in the On Guard line, we also have the hand soap, toothpaste, mouthwash, throat drops, beadlets, and soft gels. So this line has grown quite a bit over the years, but all of the products are absolutely amazing, and it smells really good too. So next, I wanted to share some of my favorite cleaning recipes. And I will say, don't feel like you need to write these all down. I do have a PDF that I can share with you at the end. So just sit back and listen. You can make some notes if you want, but you don't need to write down all the recipes. So one of my favorite ones is a glass cleaner. It's just equal parts white vinegar and water. And then I add about 10 drops of lemon for 2 cups of the solution. So I like to repurpose spray bottles, or you can go to Home Depot and buy just a bunch of spray bottles. But this is fabulous for cleaning windows. It's great for cleaning the mirrors. You just need like a lint-free cloth. You can always add more oil too if the vinegar smell is too much, but just super easy, and it does a great job at cleaning glass and windows and mirrors. The next recipe I have is actually, because I was thinking, okay, spring cleaning. We're getting all the snow that we didn't get all winter here this week in Minnesota, so I won't be cleaning the windows this week. Hopefully next week. But I do like to get out there, and when I clean the windows, especially the outside of the windows, because there's lots of grime and dirt and debris on them, I'll use some of that On Guard Cleaner Concentrate in like a little tub, and I'll fill it with some warm water and throw in a sponge, you know, with one side that's got a little bit of the scrubby to it. So I'll kind of scrub the windows first, and then I use the glass cleaner, the recipe I just showed you before. And the windows just, oh, they sparkle and shine, and I can't wait to get out there and do that, but won't be doing it till all that snow melts. The next recipe I have is the all-purpose cleaner. So, like I mentioned with the On Guard, there's the cleaner concentrate, and the Abode has a cleaner concentrate as well. But this all-purpose cleaner I really like because it's got a little bit of borax in it. And what the borax does is it really helps for the tough jobs. So this is what I use on the tub or shower where, you know, you kind of get all of that soap residue. And sometimes you just need a little bit more than the power of the On Guard cleaner concentrate or the Abode. Those are both great, but they're just not always great at helping get rid of some of the grime that gets caked on there. So this is a fabulous recipe. You'll want to put the ingredients in the bottle in the order that they're in, but you'll start with a quarter cup of white vinegar and then 2 teaspoons of borax, and you'll fill the bottle with hot water almost to the top. You'll leave a little bit of room so you can add a quarter cup of liquid dish soap. So you can add the Abode dish soap or like the Castile liquid soap. And then you get to add whatever essential oil you'd like, whatever combo, whatever scent you would like. And you'd add about 10 to 20 drops of that oil and then shake it up. And this one, again, is just really great for getting some of the tough jobs, especially in the bathroom. What I love about all those empty bottles too is like I'll just take a Sharpie and write on all of them what they are. Because I mean, we've got the On Guard cleaner, we've got our vinegar and water spray bottle, so I just write on all of them with a Sharpie. The next recipe I wanted to share is a toilet bowl cleaner. And super simple again and really cheap. And you can use a half a cup of baking soda, half a cup of white vinegar, and then whatever essential oil you'd like. And if you remember back perhaps to preschool and making volcanoes or whatever science experiment you did, when you combine baking soda and vinegar, it gets nice and fizzles up and just kind of bubbles. So I'll kind of shake the baking soda around the bowl first and then add the white vinegar and then just get the toilet brush in there and scrub it up. And it does a fabulous job. Um, and then, like I mentioned, you can, you know, add some essential oil to it as well. Or after you clean the bowl, you can drop a couple drops of citrus in there. That'll kind of help diffuse into the bathroom too and make it smell nice and fresh. The next one I have is a carpet refresher, and especially if you have pets, um, this is going to be a fabulous recipe. So it's just baking soda. I usually get like a nice mixing bowl, put some baking soda in there, and then add my essential oil. I like to use On Guard, and I'll use a fork because you want to kind of work the essential oil into the baking soda. And then I've got a little plastic pint container. So I saved, I think it was sour cream, you know, something that comes in a plastic container. I'll pour the baking soda in there. And what I did was I took a hole punch and punched a whole bunch of holes in the lid. So I created my own little shaker bottle. So you can kind of shake it onto the carpeting. I like to let it sit for about 20 or 30 minutes and then vacuum it all up. And then you're left with just a fabulous smelling room. And as the baking soda is sitting on the carpeting, especially if you use like On Guard or Abode, it's also killing any germs or bacteria that you might have lingering on the floors. One other thing I'll mention too, another little tip is depending on if you have a vacuum that's got a bag in it or one of those canister vacuums, I'll take a cotton ball and put a couple drops of oil on the cotton ball. And my vacuum still has the vacuum bag. So I'll put the cotton ball in the vacuum bag. So then every time I vacuum, it's killing whatever's getting trapped into the vacuum. And also, because you know, I don't know if any of you have pets, but when you vacuum, sometimes it just smells more like dog. But having that essential oil in the vacuum just really kind of, again, helps to eliminate the odor and get rid of anything that you don't want. Along those same lines, um, Another thing I like to do is when we change out the air filter near the furnace, is put a couple drops of essential oil on the new furnace or the new filter that we're putting in. I'll usually use On Guard. And again, and in the spring, actually, I'll switch it up to peppermint because spiders do not like peppermint, neither do ants. And so when the furnace kicks on, or the air's going through that filter, it's pushing all that oil into the vents and just getting rid of all that stuff too. So just another idea for you. And oh, dreaded fabric softener. So I love to go hiking. And when I pass someone, especially when I'm like in the middle of the woods and I can smell their fabric softener after I've passed them, I'm always like, why are you doing that to yourself? Those fabric softeners are so toxic and it's in your clothing and your clothing is on your skin and you're just getting all of that into your bloodstream. So I can't stress enough, let them go. Dryer sheets too. And when I walk around the neighborhood and all I can smell is people's laundry, it's just not natural. So this is what I use instead. In my washer, I have a little spot where I can put fabric softener. So I just pour about a quarter cup of white distilled vinegar, and then I'll again add whatever oil. I usually have a bottle of Purify or a bottle of Abode down by the laundry machine, and I'll just add a couple of drops to the vinegar. But this is a great way to soften the clothes. It helps keeps the white, um, and it's just so much safer. And then also if you want to do like a dryer sheet, if you're trying to switch out a dryer sheet, you can get some wool dryer balls and put some drops of oil on the wool dryer balls and pop those in the dryer. You can also just take a wet washcloth and put some oil on the washcloth and add that to your clothes in the dryer as well, or instead of a dryer sheet. And then I believe this is my last recipe here, and that is for wood polish. So, and I forgot to mention this in the beginning, when I was in my 20s, I had my own house cleaning business. I was cleaning by Glenda the Good Witch. And I wish that I would have known about all this then. I wish I could have used essential oils because there were times, I remember this one house very specifically. She had a bathroom in her master bedroom, and there were no windows in there. There was no fan. And when I got in that shower and started cleaning, I could not breathe. Um, and I was really poisoning myself all those years cleaning all those homes. And I wish I just would have had things that were healthy, would have made the job easier. But anyway, I digress. So on to the wood polish recipe. I used to use those pledge wipes, when I would polish furniture at people's house and just kind of help with dusting. And you can make your own. So for wood polish, you're going to use a quarter cup of distilled vinegar, quarter cup of olive oil, and then 10 drops of lemon or wild orange. I like to use wild orange, mix it up a little bit. And then you'll shake this every time before you use it. And I forgot to mention that about the other, like the glass cleaner. You're always going to want to shake these before you use them because water and oil naturally separate. So you'll want to give it a little shake before you use it. But this is great to either spray on a rag and then wipe down, if it's a wood shelf or windowsill, or you can spray it directly on the wood and just use a rag and wipe it up. But it works really nice. Just works fabulous. So those are some of my favorite cleaning recipes. And like I mentioned, I have a PDF of all of those. So if you would like, you can put your email in the chat, or we can get it at the end too after we're done recording here. And then I just wanted to give a little bit of information. So perhaps if you're like, oh my gosh, I want to get rid of all the toxins in my home that I clean with, and you want to get started with a doTERRA membership. Membership is free. There are no hidden fees. There's no minimums to purchase. When you get started, you get 25% off retail every time you purchase. And then we also have a loyalty rewards program that if you're interested in ordering monthly, there's extra savings. You get products for free points. We get a free product every month. It's very cool. And then you can just know that you're using sustainably sourced products that are safe for the whole family. And I do want to, oh, I also wanted to mention that this month, our Abode Cleaner Concentrate is on sale. So one bottle is $8.33 at wholesale, or there's a 4-pack you can get for $26.55. And this is 1 ounce, comes in a little 1 ounce bottle, and you'll add it to, I believe it's 10 ounces of water, but you can also add more water if you'd like, because it's pretty strong. But this is a great cleaner to cleanse the kitchen countertops, bathroom countertops, kitchen table. Just a really nice, and it's got that refreshing smell of the Abode oil blend. So that you can get on sale this month, March. And then also, if you're new, there's no minimum for getting started. You can create your own starter kit, and I've got some ideas for that on the next slide. But they also just came out with something, and this is really cool. So I didn't really mention all those plugins, all those scented plugins. I cannot even walk by them in the grocery store because they kind of give me a headache. So you can get your very own plug-in, and the bottle of oil screws directly into the diffuser, and then you just plug it into the wall. And this one is set to go off intermittently, or it can be motion censored. So if this is something that interests you, you can get started with a kit. It comes with 2 of these, and then we've got 2 different options here. The first one has our Citrus Bliss blend, Island Mint, Citrus Bloom, and Super Mint. That's going to be $155 and 100 PV. PV means point value, and I'll explain that in just a moment here and why that's important. And then the second option of the Rescent Your Home kits is Shinrin Yoku, which is one of our new blends. That's Japanese for forest bathing. It smells absolutely divine. It's quite lovely. Northern Escape is another blend, kind of smells like being around all the trees, lavender and eucalyptus. So those are just some options if you're new to doTERRA and you want to get started with a membership. Those are a great way to jump in. And then with the thought of spring cleaning, I came up with a little collection here of some oils that I thought and some products might be nice to get into your home. So lemon oil, On Guard oil, Abode, Purify, the Abode Cleaner Concentrate, the laundry pods, and our On Guard sanitizing wipes. I thought that might be a nice little kit to get started with, and that'll be $172.50. And that is 154 PV. And then why the PV is important is I'm doing something called Silver Club. So if you get started this month, I have a promo code that you will use when you check out. And if you start with 100 PV, which is the same as that first one with the kits with the Rescent Your Home with the diffusers, you'll also get a free lavender touch. And our touch line of oils just means that they come in a roller ball and they're diluted with coconut oil. And if you get started with 150 PV, so if you wanted to get started with the items I mentioned on the last slide, you'll get the lavender touch free, but you also get to choose a gift. You can get our foaming hand wash and the dispenser bottle, or both of our toothpaste. We have On Guard toothpaste and Supermint, or a diffuser. And then if you start with a 200 PV order, you get Lavender Touch, Citrus Bliss, and then get to choose a free gift. So just as a way of saying thank you and welcoming you to doTERRA and kind of inviting in that non-toxic lifestyle. So Teresa and I are going to do this again next month. We're going to have a class on Tuesday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. And we are going to focus on emotions and how essential oils can really help with emotions. And that is also one of my other favorite topics too. So hope to see you then. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. My contact information's on the slide here. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then we can all chat.